you've written these best-selling books, you've done TV work, all the sort of success in inverted commas that you're enjoying. It's obviously sad that your dad's not around to see that, but what do you think he would say in terms of, would he get this whole prevention thing?
I thought about that so many times, because my dad was he went to medical school in Calcutta in India. He came over to the UK, very much like your dad's, to try and set up a new life and give his family a really good quality of living that he didn't perceive he could do in India for us. And for people who don't know, my dad was unwell for 15 years. He retired. He had to medically retire. He was a consultant physician at the Manchester Royal Infirmary. I don't think he'd ever taken a day off sick in his life. And at the age of 57, 58, he got unwell. And he suddenly got lupus, and then he got kidney failure. So he had this autoimmune disease, he had kidney failure, and basically was on dialysis for 15 years, 3 times a week. Everything in our lives changed. All the decisions I've made as an adult, because that happened when I was at medical school, probably about 20 years old. Everything changed. That's one of the reasons I live in the northwest of England. I moved back to help look after my dad, which I did for 15 years until dad died. And that has had a profound influence on me as a person, as a doctor. Being on the other side, seeing what a chronically ill patient suffers with, the stress that puts on the whole family, seeing how amazingly my mother cared for him for that period of time, and just seeing what amazing, dedicated care can do. I don't know what sort of doctor I would have been without that. So I'd like to think I'd be a compassionate doctor, but I don't think I would have the insight that that's given me. Massive influence. And, I sort of feel that I processed a lot of that, and I feel pretty okay with things now, because I do feel my dad had lived his life. He really wasn't well the last little while. It was pretty hellish, really, the last few months for all of us. So I think it's, for dad, I think it's best for him that he's not around, if I'm honest. And on what I used to be gutted, that the things that my dad would have been proudest of the most, because I know how my dad's brain used to work. His son, this is an Indian immigrant to this country, right? So dad's an Indian immigrant here, comes here with hardly any money in, I think, 1962, and literally makes everything from scratch himself, puts up with all kinds of stuff. I mean, don't know how deep you want to go, racism within and outside the NHS, which is very, very well established, what used to happen. And we can argue about whether it still happens or not. Dad comes here, and, they would hold the BBC in such esteem, right? So to have his own son have his own BBC One show, I think I could just imagine my dad's face. And then to have, 3 Sunday Times bestsellers each year. But actually, if my dad was still alive, being a carer takes so much out of you, physically, mentally, emotionally. I wouldn't have energy for anything. I think my dad would be so, so proud. But if dad was still around today, I wouldn't be doing any of this. That's the irony.